Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host, Frank the Vamp. And back in 1998, we were introduced to Ringu in Japan, which was, an incredible, scary film that's still a classic. And that and alongside with The Grudge, seemed to break out into the American market, allowing J horror become a part of our core culture in America, right? However, you know the Ring Two sucked balls, and it pretty much ruined any chance of more continuation. For a while, we were getting all this. We got one Miss Cold also. We were getting this. We got this Asian. We got Shutter. We were getting all this Asian, but it's just when they were doing bad remake after bad remake, they killed the chances. However, luckily enough, the tradition of these wonderful, supernatural horror films stay very much alive in Japan. And in 2012, Sadako 3D was released, which is a follow up to Ringu and its sequel, Raisin. So it's we're really this film. I if Unless you're a real hardcore horror and you're following Japanese and Asian, if you're in America, most likely this went right over your head. And let me tell you, you know, it's it's a film that you'll be glad you watch. So let's talk about it. This is directed by, like I said, made in 2012, directed by. I'm sorry about the name. Don't speak Japanese. Not even close. Sutomo Hanabusa, starring Satomi Ishihara, Koji Seto, and Yosuke Yamamoto. And the plot goes like this. In the present time, right? You know, we all remember what happened with the ring, right? With the cursed videotape. But of course, since we're in modern times, we have this uh, crazy artist who has been scorned by bad reviews on a piece of art he made, and that gets him crazy and goes for revenge. He seems obsessed to bring the evil spirits of Sadako and actually find her a body to come back into actual times and basically run amok and and bring a day of reckoning to all who wrong him, and and decides to film himself in an apparent suicide video, uh, and making it viral and putting it online so that anyone who watches it can fall prey to the curse. And this time, it's not doesn't take 7 days. It's not. It's like if you watch it, you're gonna die, and you're gonna die at that exact moment when you're watching it. And all kinds of suicides are being ruled in. Uh, you know, in basically the younger crowd, who's the one who uses the electronics um, devices, which mainly iPhones and things like that, and iPhones and smartphones, and to bring them the viral video. And uh, it's really cool because we got this policeman who doesn't believe, and we have an older policeman, and the other one totally believes that this cursed video is just going around killing people. And you know because this is a school, a teacher, gets a hold of the, gets to find out about it and actually saves a student that's about to become prey to Sadako, which is the girl who died down the well, and she seems to have telekinesis power, and is the only one who can stop Sadako. But at the same time, Sadako wants to possess her so she can bring herself forth and destroys the world, basically. It's actually pretty. That's where I'm gonna leave the plot. I like the mystery. I like there's a lot of things that unravel here. Um, she, you know, let me tell you the things that I really like about this film. First of all, even though the atmosphere is not the same as the first film, because you're finding things out very slow, it kind of tries to do that, which I like. It kind of like, it doesn't go as far as sequels go. It doesn't completely stray from the original. I like the fact that it uses technology. It makes fans of the older police who doesn't know much about technology and how smartphones work and all that stuff. And and it brings the murdering uh, element from this individual, this artist, introduced as a medium for Sadako to come into the real world. So it's actually, it brings elements from the original film, but it makes it modern. I like the fact that, I like the acting of the main lady, the teacher. She's just awesome. She's a good screamer, and you'll see why it's good in the film. I won't spoil that, and she really does seem frightened by the Onryu, the vengeful ghost of Sadako, who wants to destroy everyone. And her boyfriend, it's really strong, and even though she something happens in her life, like she's because she has this telekinetic power, she's kind of the outcast, but her boyfriend sticks with her, through thick and thin, and that plays a part in the film as well. I really like, the antagonist, even though appears only a little bit, is really creepy. The artist, um, like something that happens and something he does, to bring more creepiness into the film. I love the use of 3D in the film. This is a 3D film, and I don't have a 3D television to watch it. However, you could tell, by looking at all the scenes that they were obviously 3D. And if you do have a 3D television and you have the capability of watching this on 3D, I definitely recommend it. Would love. I always wonder how the original Ring will look on 3D and how creepy will be the little girl come out of the TV, right? In this one, you may get a big sample out of it, and it's really really creepy. It's just not gimmicky. It really uses. Another thing that I like, even if you stick around, as a small side note, after there are some after credit scenes that you may enjoy checking out, and also there's kick-ass music of Japanese rock at the end. Pretty cool. Um, Over, things that I did not like is, I definitely think that even though it tries to be. Oh yeah, one more thing that I like before I start that. I like the fact that they make, you know that they make people aware that people use too much technology nowadays, especially in modern Japan, with all the big screen TVs and everywhere, and all the electronic medium that they have. And it's a nice commentary. It's just kind of underneath, but it doesn't hit you over the head with it. But I liked it. Finally, what I didn't like is that, even though I think it's a nice sequel, it doesn't retain the scariness of the original. I definitely think that there are definitely some creepy moments, but it does not match. Another thing that I did not like, Um, Maybe a little bit over the top uh, with the CG at the end, but I'm just nitpicking. So I can say definitely that this is not as good, but oh, this is tons of ways about the Ring 2 in America. So if you really wanted a genuinely good sequel to the Ring, this is it, folks. So this movie gets a B plus, maybe even an A minus. So definitely a recommendation. Solid B plus for me. I hope you guys enjoy it and watch it. Please, if you like my review, comment. If you didn't like it, comment. Please subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And if I, if I get enough views and people want it, I can review its sequel. Yes, because there was a sequel to this, Sadako 3D 2. So take it easy, be well, um, and see you next video. Oh, stay tuned for another review coming up very soon.